Hey guys, DeVory Darkins here, co-founder of Brand Champs and CEO. Just wanted to shoot this quick video for you to help you find out how you can market to your right customer absolutely for free. This concept is so overlooked so many times, and I just wanted to touch on it really quick. Give you guys the actual skills that you need to be able to successfully start marketing to the right customer. This is for you if you've been doing a lot of marketing and you're not seeing results. Okay, one of the first questions I usually ask our clients is, hey, have you been doing branding? Do you even know what branding is? Most of the time, the answer is no. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly what you can do right now today. It'll only take you probably like 10 minutes tops, and it's gonna make a significant change in your marketing efforts. All right, so here's the concept. You have a right product and you have a wrong product, okay? And you have a right customer and you have a wrong customer. All right, here is the concept, very simple. And you guys gotta ask yourself if you're doing this. Say you do have the right product. You've done your market research, you know for sure you have the right product, you know, and like there's no debating that, okay. But what could be happening is you could be selling it to the wrong customer, right? You could be marketing that product to the wrong customer, all right? If you have a wrong product, you could be marketing it to the right people, to the right customer, but you're still not getting the amount of sales that you should be getting. Or you could have the wrong product and sell it to the wrong customer, which this scenario happens when you're trying to sell to like everyone. You can't sell to everyone. You have to pick out your niche, you know, the actual perfect customer, which in the next 30 seconds I'm going to show you exactly how to find your perfect customer. So when you go to actually make that marketing efforts, you put in your brand strategy, you actually start to sell, you're going to close more, you're going to sell more just because you're going to do what I'm going to show you. That's only going to take you 10 minutes. It does not take advertising to start making some immediate sales in your business and profound changes if you just start adopting some basic branding principles. And this is one of them. All right. So again, you can have the right product, you're selling it to the wrong customer. You can have the wrong product, sell it to the wrong customer, disastrous. Wrong product, you're selling to the right customer, you're not converting enough. And this is where you guys want to be. Okay, you guys want to have the right product and you want to be selling it to the right customer. All right, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how you can figure out who your right customer is. All right, I know it's a little black, but let's keep it moving. All right, first question you want to ask yourself is this. What do you sell? Okay, it's a very basic question, but it's a very important question. A lot of times I've seen some of our clients when we first brought them on, they really were not in tune with what they were selling. Yes, they were selling products or they were selling services, but this question, they had a hard time answering this question. Okay, because for example, if I walk up to, or one of our clients actually did house cleaning. And I asked them, I said, hey, so what do you guys sell? And they're like, oh, well, we clean houses. And yeah, okay, so there's a lot of companies that clean houses, but what is it you guys are actually selling? You know, and I really got them to think like, hey, you know, the answer should be somewhere around the lines of like, hey, we sell exclusive home cleaning services that are on demand. We come to your home, we come to your house. We have a 24/7 call service. You know, that sounds like somebody that's very in tune with what they're selling. So it's very important that you can answer this question, because if you can't answer this question, you won't be able to answer the following questions, is my point. All right, so if you guys don't really know what you're selling, and as an example, you guys need to know what your USP is. A lot of people don't know what that term means. It's not your fault. It can be really, really complicated, but I like to simplify it. All right, who is your customer, right? Like, what is your customer's problems? Okay, what are you selling that will fix, or what is your solution? Okay, and then what makes you different? Like, if you could just answer these 3 questions, okay, like, you know, the unique selling position can definitely go down a rabbit hole, but I like to keep things simple as ABC. This is ABC for you. What is your customer's problems? All right, if you're selling house cleaning services, what is the problem? They don't have enough time to clean their house. They don't have enough time for anybody to fold their clothes. They don't have enough time to take out the trash. Okay, all right, well, what is your solution? Well, that's what we do. We clean people's homes. We could take out the trash. We could do the laundry on their behalf. You know, we could organize their actual kitchen, their pantry, ABC, right? But what makes you different? Oh, well, what makes us different is we're 24/7, 365, on call. You call us, we answer. All right? Like, we actually will reach out to you. You know, we can come to your home or your house. We can go to your office and clean out your car. Like, that's something that can make you different than the rest of the competitors. So that's my point when I ask you, what do you sell? Based off what you're selling, you guys are going to see in the next 5 seconds why it's so important to have that answer. All right, so I'll leave that up there for you. So the next question is, who do you want to sell it to? Or you could say, who is your perfect customer? All right. Either or. All right. Who do you want to sell it to? If you're selling 24/7, 365 home cleaning services, you probably want to make sure that you're selling to people who can afford it. Right? Again, it goes back to, what does a lot of businesses, like, one of the key mistakes that they always make is they're trying to sell to everybody. You shouldn't be trying to sell to everybody. You need to figure out, who do you want to sell to? Like, that's a choice that you have as a brand or as a business owner. You have that choice. Don't let what you're seeing to your left and your right decide for you. Like, make the choice. Who do you want to sell it to? No judgment. All right? Because when you ask the questions, it's going to be able to give you the tools that you need to understand exactly how you're going to sell it to them, because that is an objection that you may have. Well, yeah, I want to sell it to these high-end clients, but I don't know how to. We're going to go over that, okay? So again, question number 2 is, who do you want to sell it to, or who is your perfect customer? Now, you're probably thinking in your head, well, man, like, I don't know who my perfect customer is, you know? And then another mistake that you might be making, or other business owners make, is they try to sell to themselves. And you have to understand that you are not necessarily your customer. And a lot of times we've seen in our clients where the actual customers do not resemble what the actual business owner is. So it just depends. Like, it's something that you can't necessarily predict. So that's why you have to ask this question, like, who is your perfect customer? And this is how you figure that question out. All right. What is their age? What is their gender? What is their income? What is their job? What's some of the hobbies that they have? Where do they hang out at? What's their frustration? What's some turnoffs? Deal breakers. Okay. What is their, I like to call it, what is their aha moment? I'll specify that in a bit. All right. Now, one of the key things in order to answer these questions you have to ask yourself is, your perfect customer would be somebody that you would actually do your service for absolutely for free up front, okay, and get paid later. Okay, let me say that again. Your perfect customer would be somebody, okay, that would have the characteristics, that would be somebody that you could trust to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do this service for free right now. You could pay me in 30 days. All right. If you're a restaurant or a retail or something like that, hey, I'll give you this food right now, or I'll give you this product, you know, and just pay me later, because I know you have the right characteristics, and I respect what you're about to the point where, hey, I know you'll actually end up paying me later. Okay. Who is that person? And that's how you want to answer these questions. So let's say you, like I said, you are a house cleaning service, that you're mobile. You go to businesses, you can clean out their car, you can clean out their home. All right, so what age would that be, right? Would that age be somebody that's 18 to 25? Or would that be for someone maybe, you know, 35 up to 50, maybe 40 to 60 years old, right? More probably they are in a management position, right? I'd probably say, executive. Okay. I'd probably say they are males. Okay. They probably are making at least 150K plus. Their ages are probably 45, I would say, to 65. Okay. Where do they hang out at? You know, these are legitimate questions that you have to answer. All right, where do they hang out at? Well, I know they're usually always at work, that's for sure, obviously, but they may also go to golf clubs. Okay, they don't shop at the grocery stores. Okay, they go to gyms. All right, they probably go to like a high-end gym. All right. Especially if you're in LA, they probably go to the Equinox or something like that, Gold's Gym. Where else would they hang out at? They're probably on Reddit, which is online. They're on LinkedIn. Okay, online. Right? They're probably not so much on Instagram. They're probably more on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional, like, social media platform. So, like, this is why you got to answer these questions. All right. What are some of their hobbies? Well, I guarantee that most of them probably golf, just on top of my head. I mean, I'd be surprised if they didn't. I say golf. I'd probably say they probably attend, that's probably not a hobby, but I would put it over here, seminars, conferences, workshops. Okay, hobbies are probably golfing, maybe tennis, as an example, you know, racquetball probably. Okay, now what's some frustrations that they have? Some frustrations is they don't want to have a cluttered home. They're probably frustrated with that. They want to have their laundry always complete. You know, they want to always have fresh laundry, right? They don't want to waste time doing laundry. Like, they don't waste time doing that stuff, right? They want to have food stocked, you know, like more like the maid type services. Anything, for example, anything that slows them down, right? That slows them down. Anything that would slow them down. All right, some turnoffs would probably be, I would say time, or a better word would say that service is late, no communication, okay, no communication, quality is poor, like they don't, people who are making 150 in an executive position don't put up with poor quality. That includes food, products, service. If they start feeling that the quality is poor, they're going to keep it moving. All right? So what is the aha moment that you need to demonstrate for them to believe in your service? Right? What is something that would go a long way in letting them know that, let me put service is slow as well. All right? Like, what would be the aha moment that they would have when they see your brand that would say, hey, you know what? That might be a business I could trust. All right. I would, off top, when it comes to house cleaning or maid services or whatever, I would say you'd have to demonstrate that you have quick service, that you have a credible resume, as in maybe testimonials from other executives, okay? That you're on LinkedIn, okay? That you know how to communicate. Bluff. Bluff means you know how to communicate the bottom line up front. Executives don't want to be taken down a rabbit hole to answer their question. They want to know what the answer is. Just get to it. All right? Can you communicate that in your marketing? It's really that simple. You don't need to tell a big old story about house cleaning and maid services. Just get to the point. Hey, I know you're busy. I know you're tired. Do you want your house cleaned in less than 30 minutes? Yes, I do. Call us here. Like, it's really that simple, okay? Now, there's totally different ways to go about saying that, but I just want to make the point, okay? So, quick service, credible resume. You're probably on LinkedIn. You have a brand, which is a big one. If you're an executive, you're going to start spending money. You're going to spend money with people you trust. So, you got to have a brand, and you got to be able to communicate with them bottom line up front. They don't need a rabbit hole. They just need the actual answer up front, all right? So, again, this is how you would answer question number 2. Who do you want to sell it to? Like, as in, who is your perfect customer? And this is how you would answer that. Now, this is also known as a buyer persona. Now, I'm only doing like half. The rest of buyer persona would go into like, okay, well, what is their ethnicity? What would their ideal name be? What would they look like? Would they be athletic? Would they be thin, tall, short, overweight? Like, how would they actually look? You know, and you would go a little bit more into depth about each of one of these questions. All right, so in this scenario, I could probably say, hey, you know, this guy's name is probably James. You know, James probably grew up in the Midwest. You know, had a good family, worked hard, was you know, had a good principles growing up. You know, he was able to achieve the executive level based off his work ethic. So he really does appreciate people who can show up, can communicate, all right, that have a brand, that has quick service, okay? Like, that's kind of like your buyer persona, all right? If you guys don't know what that really is, you can always Google it. I mean, there's plenty of templates out there, and I will definitely provide one in this video in the description below, all right? But this is the big thing. The reason why you want to know this is because it's going to help you figure out how you can sell your product to the right customer, right? So if you were selling, you know, house cleaning services, but you only were cleaning kitchens only, these people wouldn't be interested in that. Okay, they want someone to come in, have a high quality job, and do it all. Like, they want to make their lives easier. They don't want to deal with 5 different house services or maid services. You know, they want to go to one person and say, hey, here's the keys, fix whatever issues I have so I can focus on doing my job effectively, right? So that's why it's important to understand who the right customer is, so you can make sure that you are selling them the right product, all right? Now, some other questions that you have to ask yourself after this, after you had this, is, you know, all right, like I said, what must you demonstrate, all right? Now, what are the 3, I like to do ABC. The question you want to ask yourself is, what are the biggest 3, or what are the 3 biggest pain points that James have? Like, what is the biggest 3, like what is the biggest ones? All right, so they might be, you know, doesn't have time to clean. His laundry requires dry cleaning services. You know, so that's one of his pain points. He's always wanting to make sure that he has a fresh suit, everything's fresh, prepared, ready to go. And some of them may have a problem with that. And then time. You know, one of his pain points is make sure that there is nothing cluttered or nothing dirty in that person's environment that would slow them down. And they want to maximize time, right? And so when you go out there and you're branding, okay, and here is the golden nugget, all right? This is the golden nugget. Here is the golden nugget, like I said. All right, you guys are gonna appreciate this. All right, so like I said, one of the biggest points that he probably has a problem with is maximizing time. Another pain point would probably be, like I said, is the laundry service. Okay. Another probably pain point for someone who is in need of house cleaning services is, like I said, environment. Okay. Now, the environment, I think there's 3 primary environments that can affect how productive that executive could be. Is their home, their office, and their car. Okay? So if you were a maid cleaning service or a house cleaning service, you know, I would definitely entertain being able to service all 3 of these. Okay? Like, this is one of their primary pain points. So when you make a ad or a post, you would say something like, hey, you know, are you an executive that wants to keep a clean environment, but you know, you have 3 locations that you spend the most time in, you know, we can actually service all 3, you know, or whatever the actual best way to go about saying that. I mean, because there's like limitless ways to approach it. But what I'm saying is, it's like ABC, which is, listen, if you're an executive, you want to live your life in a clean environment, well, call us, because we'll actually clean your office, we'll clean your car, and we'll clean your home. Like, it's really that basic, all right? And that, you know, that's what you would put, all right? And then you always want to make sure you have your little call to action, which would be something like, hey, call us now, or call us here, or go to this website, or click here, or learn more, message us now, right? You could have this on social media, or you could have it on your website, okay? Or you can have it on a flyer, right? You could show up to the conference, okay, and start handing out flyers with this terminology. Hey, I know you're hard at work. You have a lot of responsibility. You are trying to take your business to the next level, and the last thing you need to be worrying about is laundry. Last thing you need to be worrying about is the dirty home. Last thing you need to be worried about is how cluttered your office has been getting. Well, don't worry about that, because we can actually do that for you. It's 365 days, 24/7 that we are available. Like, you could say it like so many different ways, but my point is that's why the question was asked, where do they hang out at? So you can actually sell the right product to the right customer, okay? If you're trying to sell that stuff online, all right, and you're not targeting the right people, well, you're not gonna be able to maximize your advertising, okay? So, again, like their environment, this would be a pain point that they would have, and this is the type like of copy or posts that you could put on social media addressing this. And there's a lot of other stuff that you could do. Like, this was more of an actual ad offer that I was talking about, but you can also do one that's like, hey, you know, let me erase this really quick. You can also do one that says, hey, these are the 3 ways to keep your office clean. You know, 1, 2, 3. Right? You could actually do that. And that would be more of informational. You can come across as an expert, as a resource, because remember, in my previous videos, I talked about how you have to be able to provide goodwill. You have to be able to answer the problem questions that your audience have. If you're on social media or you're doing ads or you're doing flyers and all you're doing is trying to sell, people are going to look past that every single time. You're not going to be able to maximize your money that you're putting into your marketing. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are only talking about them, how you can solve their problem, and actually showing them how to do it. All right, so in this post, you could put, hey, here are the 3 top ways to keep your office clean. Here are 5 ways to declutter your life. You know, hey, these are the questions that you should be asking when looking for a maid service or a house cleaning service, right? Or, hey, the shocking truth behind keeping your life decluttered, right? You know, and then you talk about, hey, you know, this is what everyone's not talking about. This is how it's affecting you. And you guys should know this. This is your business, right? You guys should be able to answer these questions and come up with this type of content. And hey, if you guys have a problem coming up with that type of content, you know, that's why we're here to help you guys out. And if you want to learn more and you want to know more on how to come up with those type of content so you could be saying the right things on social media or in your advertising campaign, just send us a message. All right, all of our information is below this video and we'd be happy to help. All right, so again, like these are their pain points. And then you could go into laundry service. You could do the same thing about laundry service, like, you know, what are the best ways to get your suit cleaned? All right, or when you're doing an actual offer, you could say, hey, you know, need your suit clean within the next 4 hours, have an important meeting, want to look your best, you know, like, too easy, right? You could do that with laundry service, maximizing time. Hey, stop wasting time on trying to keep your house clean and let us handle it so you can start making more money. You know, like whatever the actual term would be, like that's the type of mindset and perception that you need to approach when it comes to branding and advertising for your business. All right, so these are their pain points. All right, and usually what's happening is, you know, in order for them to go from not having a clean home, they're wasting so much time, you know, their laundry service sucks, to having great laundry service, they're able to maximize more of their time, you know, they're able to have more of a clean environment. In order for them to arrive there, you would have to go through these 3 things for them. Okay, and you'd have to solve these 3 problems for them so they can arrive at that location, which is also known from a escape from arrive to framework. You know, like what they don't have and what they do have, and what is it going to take for them to have it. Okay, and that's what you're talking about. These pain points, that is exactly what you're talking about. And then within those pain points, you could talk about informational, you could teach them how to fix that problem, you can offer to fix it for them, okay? And you could do that with all 3 pain points, all right? And so, hey, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I definitely want to hope that this video was very, very helpful to your business and your brand. And I always want to wish people massive success. If you want us to take you know, hold of the reins, kind of show you exactly how you should be approaching your branding, if you're not getting the return that you want with advertising, if you've been wasting a lot of money on advertising, if you've been a part of a service by another marketing agency that only wanted to start off with advertising and did not talk about branding, I think that's the end. There we go. You know, then shoot us a message. All right, shoot us a message. We'll be happy to talk to you, absolutely free. You know, we are trying to help people first, and that's what we do. We educate first, we consult you first, we actually coach you first. We're looking for long-term success for your business. All right, and with that, again, I want to wish you massive success and peace and love.